So in this video, I'm doing an analysis on the government, the left, the right and the centre. And it appears to me that it is the left and the centre government that are mixing things up and making a Frankenstein government. In other words, they are the criminal appeasers. So they've set the criminals free. And they know my condemnation on the kidnappers, that is to show love to the abuser in order to condemn it, as in the instance of what I've done against Jeremy Corbyn when I masturbated for the first time and touched myself after an operation. I didn't go all the way in because I'm not a feminist. I'm not a lesbian. So I penetrated my clit and the external after my operation, and I filmed myself doing it, backdated to 2016, not knowing that Jeremy Corbyn is going to have access to that. So they're all talking about it. I've got all of the celebrities seem to know about this. I don't know how. I didn't sell my sex tape. I had an operation on my ovary that was cut. And I condemned him rightfully in the name of God to say, I'm going to show some love to the far left government and see what happens. And ultimately they had all been condemned by God. And also even God's people, who are false religious people, had condemned me for condemning my enemy. Because they're idiots. So I have a right to touch my body in a loving sense. I have a right to feel my body. I have a right to my privacy after surgery. So it was my medical records. And it's my woman's right to have that privacy. And the fact that the government, particularly the Queen of England, has made one law for the rich and another law for the poor, she's guilty of that. And the Queen of England had given the authority to the Parliament and given the authority to the government, the left, right and the centre, to make sure that ordinary citizens have their privacy on the internet, whether it is paid or not. And so far I'm on Sky Media. And using Sky Media makes no difference. I still have a secret government and a secret society spying on me. So I'm going to reveal some mysteries. What is the secret of the blonde bitch? So they call me a black bitch, and I'm calling them the blonde bitch. So what is the secret of the far left government, as a Frankenstein government, combined and mixed, according to the Holy Bible reference? So they are the Frankenstein government. In other words, they will say, I love you, but behind your back, they hate you. So it's a love-hate type of relationship. Oh, my bin is yellow behind me. Look, it's the season against the blonde bitch. For about 2 or 3 years. The years before that, it was a season against the black bitch. Because the woman, the gender female, is more dominant than the gender male in the universe when it comes to Mother Nature. Not when it comes to power and authority. It is the Father, the gender male, in the Holy Spirit. So the devil hates the Holy Spirit, and that's why that's another reason why it is cursing everybody. To become feminist, of not into femininity, but more for the woman to behave as a man and for the man to behave as a woman, because it hates the Holy Spirit and of the true masculinity that is natural, not supernatural. So this is the far left government combined with the centre government, not the right government. And also, it is an evil spirit that has had multiple sexual partners. So if you have had more than 2 or 3 sexual partners, I have only had 2 maximum in my entire life for 40 years plus. However, know people that have had 2 or 3 sexual partners and have had 2 or 3 children in an adulterous relationship, or in other words, God has not given them the mercy. They're the same as the gay and the lesbian society. They're in the devil. They're not in God. And I have said this, and now I'm going to reveal, and before I reveal Jeremy Corbyn's secret and how he has made, through his left government, his lefties, hard left in United Kingdom, England, all the internet free and accessible to criminals, and how I had been attacked as a result of that, which is not my doing. And so the internet should be free and safe for disabled people. But I'm going to reveal now, I'm only going to focus and concentrate on the far left government that is mixed with the centre government. Who are they? So, to look at perversity of all no people, am I in him? And the answer is no, because he's a cheating, two-timing scoundrel. So my enemy is my enemy, foe, my friend. But this particular category, the hard left, that is mixed with the centre government, is in fact harming saints and killing saints. They're saint killers. They empower the working class to attack the most vulnerable in society. And they're all for, so they will say, I love you in your face, but cheat behind your back. They're all for the total destruction of the weakest and the poorest in society, and removal of state benefits in the welfare system. They advertise publicly that they're against it, but privately they're all for it. So they're total liars. They're robbers and rapists. Whereas the soft far-right government is also a robber and a rapist. Now, there is a difference, because they are concentrating on a false religion, that's a devil in the religious place of worship, who is the far left, and the far left into a centre government. As for the far right, they are focused on gangsters and governments, namely known as the Conservatives. So, which one is more of a child kidnapper? And the answer is the far right. The Conservatives are more of a child kidnapper because they profit from the suffering of the saints. They are the capitalists and they are the slave masters from the beginning of time. And they are also, from the beginning of time, Adam, the first Adam, and the first Abel. First humans, according to biblical records. As for the hard left and the hard centre government, they are Cain, the first murderer, and Eve. But the manifestation of the devil in the far left and the far centre government, we call it the FBI, the manifestation of the devil does not have the mask. I am what I am, what you see, and I am a god and goddess. As for the far right, they are having a mask and a disguise. They look like an angel, but they're the devil in disguise, as Elvis Presley says. Oh dear, terrible. It's like I have to live on the edge of existence because of the devil that has weaponized everything: sex, social life, working life, my children, everything.